There are lots of books to choose from, some of them written by the Children's Laureate, Chris Riddell, whose work will be familiar to lots of parents. You've written Ottoline and
Goth Girl.
Goth Girl and all sorts of
The
stuff,
Sleeper and the Spindle, which is a fairy tale, Susanna, which we might get back to in a moment.
Yeah. Now, what do you make of parents shelling out money on World Book Day? Because really, it's all about the books, isn't it, rather than the costumes?
It is all about the books, and I've got to confess that I'm guilty as an illustrator of inventing characters, dressing them up imaginatively, and then making such a headache for parents on World Book Day. So I do feel responsible to a certain extent. But isn't it a wonderful way to talk about books? And I think talking about books is a fantastic thing to do in our schools. So one day a year, everyone comes in and they talk about their favourite characters in books. It's a very joyful occasion.
My kids absolutely loved it when they were doing it. They're a bit old for it now, though, and that's from their perspective because they got to dress up as their favourite characters, which usually were David Walliams' characters, to be fair, like my godson was. What's it like for the authors when suddenly you see pictures of your characters dressed up as kids going to school?
It's magical. It really is, Ben, and I love to see those pictures. And I think all of us who work in children's books just love that sort of sense of energy that comes from World Book Day. One thing that is remarkable is that 1 in 4 children buy their first book during World Book Day with the £1 voucher, which is a wonderful thing to start your reading journey and the enjoyment of books on this special day.
And as we saw from that lovely school, so many fans of Harry Potter books, aren't there? They are just supremely popular. People want to be Hermione, they want to be Harry. I wonder if anyone ever dresses up as Voldemort.
No.
He who must not be named.
Yes, I mean, you know, he has no nose.
It's a tricky one.
That would be quite a difficult one.
How does he smell?
There's a
terrible.
Badly.
Yes, thank you.
But you were an illustrator originally.
Yes.
And still are.
Still are, yes. But now become an author as well.
I only write books in order to do the pictures. That's
I only read books with pictures, so it works the same way.
Words and pictures, I think, are wonderful, and I think they're such an aid to the enjoyment of books as well, and it's a way to get children into books and start their reading journey.
You've done some scribbling
I've got
this morning.
a few insolent suggestions for what you might dress up as.
Oh, now this is very me. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness, look at that. Where's Ben?
There you go. That's absolutely fabulous. A take on Where's Wally?
Yes, I heard Kate talking about being creative as a parent.
Well,
yes.
Here's a suggestion. It wouldn't take Kate very long to
Kate, you're Pippi Longstocking.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yeah.
You'd like the
Thank
bunches,
you.
wouldn't you?
It's about 24 hours too late, but I appreciate it.
Susanna, I illustrated a book by Neil Gaiman, which won the Greenaway medal last year. It's called The Sleeper and the Spindle.
Ah, you mentioned
And the main character is this rather dramatic queen who goes questing to save Sleeping Beauty from the castle. So here's my suggestion for you.
Susanna's the queen from Neil Gaiman's The Sleeper and the Spindle. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crikey.
You wouldn't need a suit of armour, but I'm sure you could source
She's
that.
got some pretty tough
I love
bits and pieces.
Thank you so much, Chris. That's absolutely awesome. When I was told last night that we needed a costume for World Book Day, I think it was about 9:15 yesterday evening. You know how preparation time helps.
You've only got 3 boys to sort out as well.
My response was, which book character goes in their school uniform? That's the easiest way to fix it. I strongly suggest that.
Harry Potter's.
Harry Potter's or Hank Zipster's always a good one.
I always have a stock reply when I'm asked, particularly at comic conventions, but World Book Day, it works as well.
So you've come as?
When I'm asked, the supply teacher at Hogwarts. I'm fully kitted out. Yes.
Fully kitted out.
You do
Chris,
it
was
well.
lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. Look at these fantastic...
Awesome.
Thank you for these really beautiful illustrations
My
as
pleasure.
well. Really,
Thank
really
you.
great.